Hey everyone, I totally just did this whole class and forgot to press record, which is such a Sarah thing to do. All the things that you guys don't see behind the scenes, but I don't know, you just get on and do it again. So here we are. We're going to be focusing on Malasana or Garland Pose today. I'm sure you guys have done this before. It is a deep squat, so we're going to be opening quite a bit through the ankles, the knees and the hips. We're also going to open quite a bit through the spine and the shoulders because we're going to try a variation where we have an arm bind. You might like to bring a strap into this practice because of that. No worries if you don't have one nearby, but it might be helpful. Now, a bit behind why this pose is called Garland Pose. Garlands are quite symbolic within yoga mythology. They're associated with gods and goddesses, and they all have their different ones. So Shiva has a garland of seeds, and Vishnu has a garland of flowers and leaves, and it's my favorite one, Kali, who's the goddess of destruction, has a garland of decapitated heads. And when we sit in Malasana, our arms kind of create this circle garland shape. Also, when we practice the arm bind, that kind of circular motion, pulling the hands together, also creates that circular garland shape. So that's kind of why this pose is called that. Okay, we're going to get started in a child's pose. With this one, see if you can take your knees a little wider, so maybe to the edges of the mat or maybe even further out. We want to open a bit more through the adductors here, so having a wider stance helps with this. Place your head down on the ground. Arms might be forward, or you could stack them underneath your head. And just take a slow breath in through the nose. Slow breath out through the nose. Let's try one more like that. Breathing in, filling up the belly, the ribs and the chest. Breathing out, letting that go. If it feels good, you could start to shift the hips from side to side. Just very subtly pulling the hips towards one heel. And the hips towards the other heel. Just really slowly starting to wake up the hips, the inner of the legs, and the spine as well. Take one more slow breath here. Keep your legs where they are, but walk your hands back slightly, not too much. You could take the knees a little wider if it felt comfortable for you to do so. We're going to take a couple rounds of cat and cow. So breathe in as you drop your belly down, squeeze your shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, round to the upper back, tuck your tailbone. A couple more times like this, breathing in, opening up. Exhaling to round. Feel free to play around with this movement. Maybe that's kind of shifting side to side, moving your ribs. Maybe it's shifting forward and back. I notice when I shift forward, I get a little bit more into my adductors. And if you do shift forward, it might feel nice to kind of drop one side of the pelvis down and lift up the other side. And just notice how that kind of lengthens and activates through the inner thigh of that side. And then you might try the other side. Come back down, just shuffle the knees in ever so slightly, and you might like to grab your strap, bringing it close to you. You can still keep your knees quite wide for this if that feels good. Bring your right hand to your right temple, and then tap the right elbow down to the ground. Breathe in, open the right elbow up, twist the right shoulder back. As you exhale, tap the right elbow down. Let's try that again. Breathe in, open up. Exhale to tap. Go 2 more. Breathe in, hold. Reach your right hand out, and then take the right hand behind between your shoulder blades. Keep lifting up nice and tall, feeling this inward internal rotation through the right shoulder joint. Shift yourself back so you're sitting on top of the heels. Keep the right hand where it is. Left hand reaches high on your breath in. As you exhale, bend the left elbow. Maybe the left fingertips reach to the right fingertips. If they don't quite meet, you can use your strap here, kind of bring it in your top hand, and then see if your right hand can hold onto the strap. One more breath, pushing the head back slightly, tucking the lower ribs in. Unwind the arms. Let's try that on the other side. Right hand comes down, left hand to the left temple. Breathe in, touch the left elbow. As you exhale, twist the left elbow high. Inhale to tap. Exhale to lift. 2 more. Holding at the top. Reach the left hand out, and then take the left hand behind the back towards the middle of the shoulder blades. One more breath here. Sit back on your heels. Keep the left hand where it is. Reach your right hand high. Breathe in. As you breathe out, right hand reaches towards the left. Again, if it doesn't quite meet, then grab the strap. Push your head back. Tuck your lower ribs in. Release the arms, move the strap to the front. Shuffle your knees in, tuck onto your toes, keep your arms, your hands on the ground, but lift your knees off, and then see if you can get your heels in the direction of the ground. So they don't need to touch. If they do, that's awesome. If they don't, that's cool too. Let's roll forward again, tap the knees to the ground, stretching out the back of the toes, and then dropping the heels back down. Move through this in your own time, breathing in, coming forward, breathing out, tapping down. If you wanted to make this a little bit more challenging, you can do this no hands, lifting yourself up. Let's go one more. Land your heels down. Lift your hips up. Uttanasana, forward fold at the back of the mat. Tuck your chin in towards the chest. Bend your knees here so you can get your belly a little closer to your thighs. If it feels nice, you could take your hands behind the back of the legs, giving yourself a hug, a little squeeze. Start to roll yourself up through standing, round the back. And once you get to the top, let's breathe in as you lift your arms up high. As you exhale, dive it forward. Going to add on a chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend your knees, see how low you can get to your hips before lifting up. Scoop your hands on the ground, breathe in. Breathe out, sink a little lower. Press your knees forward. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, dive it forward. Uttanasana. Chair pose again, breathe in. Breathe out to sink. Breathe in to lift, push through your feet, engage the glutes. Breathe out to fold. Let's do this 2 more times. Chair pose being a really good asana to do beforehand, just because we get the ankles and the legs a little more warmed up. Forward fold, hold, 1 more breath. Halfway lift, hands, shins, lengthen the spine, breathe in. As you exhale, walk your hands out. Let's flow through a vinyasa, coming into your plank, breathing in. Exhale, chaturanga, come down onto your belly. Cobra, untuck the toes, breathe in, engage your glutes, lift the shoulders. As you exhale, come down. Push up onto your knees, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Heading into some more standing postures to help to open the hips, the spine and the shoulders even more. Bend your knees, look forward. Step your right foot in between your hands, lower the left heel down. Open to warrior 2. So just check your feet, right toes facing forward, left toes facing the side, right heel in the middle of the back foot. Hips and shoulders square to the side. Roll the shoulders back and down. Arms along, look over your right hand. Breathe in, flip the right hand. Exhale, reverse. Left hand down the left leg. Right hand up and over. Extended side angle, Utthita Vajrakonasana. Breathe in, elbow to thigh. Exhale, left arm up and over. Roll the left shoulder back. If you did feel like a little more here, you could reach the right fingertips or the right palm on the inside of your right foot. Keep rolling the left hip back by pushing the tricep into the thigh. We can also play with a bind here. Left hand comes behind the back towards the right hip. Maybe that right hand internally rotates to hold on to the left hand. If you manage to get it, then you lift yourself up, push your hips forward. Now, if you don't quite have the bind, you can use your strap here, bring it into your left hand and dangle it down. One more breath. Hands come down, walk to the back, Skandasana. Turn your left toes to the left corner. Bend your left knee, keep the right leg long as you sink your hips towards your left heel. Right toes turning high, lift the chest up. Maybe your hands stay down. Maybe hands come to the chest and you're pushing the left elbow into the inside of the left leg. We've also got an option for a bind here as well. You can drop the left shoulder on the inside of the left thigh, reaching the left hand out. From there you can inverse the left hand so it meets kind of the, maybe the right hand comes behind as well. You're kind of rolling your right shoulder back. Lots of opening through the inner thighs, the ankles, the spine here. One more breath. Release the hands, lift up, walk yourself forward. Frame out your front foot, breathe in. As you exhale, step back down dog. Feel free to stay here or flow through a vinyasa. Breathing in, rolling forward. Exhaling, chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog on your breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, let's try that on the other side. Bend your legs, look forward, breathe in as you step your left foot through, anchor the right heel, warrior 2. Exhale to hold. So left knee on top of the left ankle roughly. Little squeeze of the glutes is going to help wrap the femur bones out, helping to externally rotate through the hips. Flip the left hand, breathe in. As you exhale, reverse. Feel lots of length through the left side body. Keep the left knee pressing forward. Stay low in the legs, breathe in, elbow to thigh. As you exhale, reach the right hand up and over. Squeeze your right glute here. Maybe push your hips forward slightly. If you felt like a little more, maybe left hand or left fingertips on the inside of the left foot. Maybe there's a half bind, right hand comes around. Maybe you rotate through the left hand, taking it behind to clasp, and then lift up nice and tall. Roll the right shoulder back. Pull away from your left leg. Notice where you can soften. One more breath. Lower the hands. Skandasana. Turn the right toes away. Hips to the right heel. The right heel does not need to be on the ground here. It's in the direction of. So if it's kind of hovering, just know that with time it will start to ease and get a little lower. Lift up tall. Roll your shoulders back. Arm variations, maybe it's hands to chest. Push that right knee out. Maybe it's an arm bind here too. We haven't done too much warming up, so if it's not happening for you today, don't worry about it too much. One more breath. Release the hands, walk them forward, frame out your front foot, breathe in. As you exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Vinyasa if you want. We'll meet in child's pose. Walk your hands back towards you. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees up. Come into a forward fold. Heading into our Malasana. We're going to do 2 rounds of this. Take your feet wide. Turn your toes out slightly. Bend your knees, sink down. Hands might be at your chest. Press the knees out. Generally, the wider the feet, the easier it feels to sink down, especially if you notice your heels off the ground. Maybe start with taking the feet a little wider. Elbows press into the insides of the legs. What's also going to help here is squeezing the glutes to help wrap the knees back. Lift up through the chest. Think chest to thumbs. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Up through the crown of the head. Let's go 3 more breaths. Okay, lift yourself up, come into a standing position. We'll shake out of the legs here. I've done a lot of hip compression, so maybe just push your hips forward for a moment, squeeze the glutes, just to open through the front of the hips. We're going to try it again. This time option for an arm bind, which is a little bit more challenging. It's kind of a deeper squat as well, I would say. So if you were wanting to take that option, you would come down, grab your strap. You'd walk your feet a little closer inwards. You don't need to try this, by the way, if you don't want to. You can just sink back into what you just did before. But if you wanted to give it a go, you want to try get your legs as close to you as you can. It's going to make it a little easier for what you're going to do next. For me, I need to shift forward a little bit to lift my heels off slightly, otherwise I fall back. If you had like a little blanket or a towel to put underneath your feet, that makes it a little easier because it means that you have something to put your weight onto. Now the idea here is to try lean forward, and even just having your hands forward, kind of reaching out, is an awesome stopping point here. If you did feel like a little more, you try to get the armpits on the insides of the shins, the fronts of the shins, and then take your hands back. Now I can only reach to my hip bone. There are some people who can take their hands all the way back and loop it together. No idea how that happens. My body does not like that. Yet, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if this is an anatomical thing or just I just need to work on it more. But what you can do, you can grab your strap and kind of fling it over just to hold on to. Bring the shoulders forward. And you might wander your hands in slightly. And then you could bow your head. So wherever you are, let's take another 4 to 5 really slow breaths. Also imagine like your biceps trying to push back into your shins, and that's going to help get your chest a little lower. And then removing the strap, sit down in your hips, reach your feet out in front, give yourself a little wiggle, a little shake. We're going to spend a few minutes in stillness. You might sit up in a cross-legged position. You could also roll down onto your back. It is totally up to you. Just slow the breath down. Feeling the breath come into the belly again. Our Malasana, our Garland Pose, activates our root chakra or our Muladhara chakra, and this is known for our sense of grounding, our sense of belonging within our body, within our environment, community, within ourselves. Body, mind, spirit. And so maybe you kind of feel into that experience if that came up for you. Let's take a slow breath in and a slow breath out through the mouth. When you're ready, just opening your eyes, whether you're on your back or if you're sitting up. Thank you so much for practicing with me again. Sometimes redoing the same thing is a great opportunity to find little ways you can make it better. This is just a message to myself. I hope you enjoy the practice and that, you feel a little more warmed up or knowledgeable about your Malasana and what it means physically within mythology. If you've got any questions, let me know. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, share with a friend. Your engagement, your support means the world to me. And of course, if you wanted any longer, more exclusive content, then you can head to our Patreon account. We post 2 longer classes there per month, and we also have lots of behind the scenes content and ways that we can connect together as a community. So I will see you again sometime soon. Thank you so much.